Welcome everybody to Viada's Tiny House Village. It's January 17th. I mean, is January going by like a hurricane or a tornado? Woo, everything's moving fast, and my new book will be out soon, my rebook. And this is my cover. One of the this is the sacred geometry on my new book. It's everywhere. I've placed it. So welcome everybody to Viada's Tiny House Village. We're no longer doing Blog Talk Radio. So I want to welcome all you villagers. You know, there's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child. And so I'm so grateful. I'm part of a village to raise these amazing grandchildren who are now 8 and 10 years old. And they're teaching me a lot. That's why I was a little late this morning because I had to make hot chocolate for my grandson. But I'm grateful just to be part of the village and part of the tiny house village where we're building a community of minimalists. We don't need the McMansion anymore. We just want to know how to live a simple, peaceful, joyful life. So I want to welcome you to the tiny house village journey that I've been on for the past almost 10 years now. Come on in to the village. And we are still live on air everywhere network with the Female Solution. Yay! Female Solution is still live and kicking and moving and growing. We're growing like crazy. We still have some great hosts on the Female Solution. And we want you to come on in, get your pen and pencils out because this week was really unusual in that there were two people sending me texts that someone had died recently from pneumonia or cold or flu, whatever you want to call it. But the fear is starting again, just like 2020. Seems like 2020 was the beginning of the biggest fear mongering campaign in the history of our country. And they're starting this month with a new bird flu or something else. But my sister Habib will be joining me, and we're going to share with you all the tools that we use to maintain and recover, because I'm still recovering. I'm about 95% recovered from whatever it was that attacked me, or whatever I allowed to bring my body to a place of detox, detox, detox. The body was like, detox. And then all this mucus has just been pouring out of me. And the key about mucus is this: as long as it's clear or white, your body is going through a totally healthy process of dumping excess mucus that you don't need, because your body forms mucus as a protective covering on your organs and your insides and all over. So when it gets to overload, the body says, release, let go, let go, let go, and it'll create what we often call a cold or flu. But it's really just the body's message to, you're on overload, get rid of all that mucus so that nothing can come in, bacteria, germs can come in and take away your vitality. So grateful to be here to share with you the joint rolling process, because joint rolling is not just an exercise anymore. As I have evolved and as I've connected with some amazing souls in the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, I've learned a lot about what I've been doing for the past 10 years or so. Joint rolling as a galactic activation portal toning process. Okay? So all these joints are animated parts that connect us to, guess what? The universe, the planets, the astrology, all of that brings us into harmony and synchronicity when we are consciously moving our body in rhythm with all these parts of our body. So we're going to start, as usual, with some breathing to get the the portals opening up. Let's just open up the portals with some deep breathing, letting go of stress. Breathing in to a count of 6. Let's just go 6, and letting go all those stresses that you've been carrying, this week. Breathing in, letting go, opening up the portals of love, open up portals of love and fruitfulness, and letting it go. So we're going to be activating the neck, which is a resonant portal, the shoulders, which are rhythmic and galactic portals, the elbows, which are overtone or solar portals, the wrists, which we call self-existing planetary. Just imagine all these planetary portals opening up when you see the rhythm, see the movement, the energy that's flowing when you are moving these joints. And then you have your hips are your spectral and electric portals, your knees, the crystal and lunar portals, and then the ankles, magnetic cosmic portals. If we're in the now, you'll know how. So being in the now every Friday morning with these joints being activated and the portals being activated, we realize not only are we opening up portals, but we're strengthening our immune system. We are improving our circulation, and we're draining our lymphatic systems, which is that's how we stay healthy. And healthy doesn't mean you have no runny nose, you're not coughing. Healthy means basically you're staying out of the hospital, for one, and you're able to consciously take the best care of your temple, your vessel, right? And then the fourth one is muscle. I never realized before now, or before last year, how much your muscles are strengthened when you're rolling around these joints, because you are using them more than usual. If you're sitting at your desk and you're looking at your computer, you're reading, you're not really using the muscles in this way, for instance. But when you start activating the portals, the galactic portal, your muscles are also being used in a different way consciously and strengthening your muscles so you don't have any joint aches and problems because the blood is flowing freer in these areas. So I hope that helps you to stay motivated, to keep rolling your joints every morning, not just Friday morning. I'm just here to remind you, in case you missed out a couple of days this week, remind you to get back into your joint rolling every morning. Before you get out of bed, just kick the covers off and start rolling, rolling, rolling. And you won't have as many joint problems, as much pain. Okay. So let us put on some music. Oh, wait. You know what? I just realized I don't even have that studio in my on my laptop anymore because I don't go to Blog Talk anymore. So that music, the Time for Healing, I'm not sure it's even in my iTunes. Let me see. I used to just naturally go to my iTunes, my Blog Talk radio studio for Time for Healing the Sounds of Blackness, but I don't have a studio anymore in Blog Talk. Well, I didn't open it at least. I'm going to have to download that music into my iTunes. So, because I've been playing it for so long. Or, you know what? I'm going to play Yanni's Sacred Ground. I played this a lot when I was doing my yoga classes. We'll see if there's any copyright infringement. So I don't own the rights to this music. But I love Yanni music. The rhythm, the orchestrated harmony in Yanni's music. So we'll just put that on very lightly as a background. Sacred ground. We are on sacred ground. Don't own the rights to Yanni's own sacred ground. We're going to use it for educational purposes only. And just to help us move this body, okay? Talks about Zion. I love this song. All right, let's get busy. Let's chin to chest. Let's just move this head around slowly, slowly, slowly. You see, I'm feeling a little discomfort here, which means I need to stop, send love to that area, and keep rolling. And the pain is gone. So just keep rolling, and then let's just reverse that. Reverse that. We're moving to Sacred Ground by Yanni, which I don't know the rights to. Keep reminding the people out there. Just playing it for educational purpose, because having music in our lives, like orchestrated music, is very healing. So let's just roll our shoulders back. Roll our shoulders back softly, gently, and loosen up the back muscles as well. Loosen up the back muscles. And let's go forward. Forward. Going forward. All right. And deep breath in, deep breath in. That loosens it. Loosening up, more mucus here. More mucus coming out, and the body letting go. Let's just do a little twisting. Twist it before we get on our back. Do a little twist to the one end, one side. Stretch, hold it. Breathe in, twist to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe in. and come back. Now let's get on our back because we want to activate these portals. Getting on our back, keep our legs up, and start with ankles and wrists, which are your magnetic, cosmic, and your self-existing planetary. Breathing in and out. Let's reverse that. Reverse and stretch those legs up. If you have trouble rolling, just bend and flex. Bend and flex. This is your bed exercise every morning. Bending and flexing. Bending and flexing. Now let's try rotating the lower leg to get more blood action in the knees. Your knees are your crystal and lunar portals. The sky opens up for us. Then we move our body in this way. Consciously bringing in energy from the galaxy. And let's reverse that. Reversing that way. Let your light shine. Deep in your soul. Yeah. All right, feet on the floor. Let's get the elbows loosened up, rolling around the lower arms, and then the other. Alright, let's roll over to one side and roll and hold. Get the whole leg motion. With the galaxy flow. Think about galactic movement. You actually moving with the planet. Let's reverse that. With the sync with the planetary movement. Within our hips, our spectral electric portals and energy. That's all we're doing is bringing energy to parts of the body so they can function better. All right, let's flip over and get that other hip energized. That's what we do. We energize, and reverse. Energizing, and more energizing. And more. All right, let's get on our back again. Bring the knees to the chest. Hold those knees. Stretch the muscles in our back. And rock side to side. Now again, if you can't roll your whole leg around, just lift one leg at a time while you're still in bed. Get up, lift one leg at a time, and you're going to get all that energy moving. You can just see all that energy is moving in the hip area. As we wind down, stretching the body, point the toes, flex the feet, flex it. Give your body some love taps down there. Tap, tap, tap. If you have any pain, just give it a soft tap. Tap, slap, slap, slap. Any pain. Sometimes this means the blood is not circulating the way it should. And you need to get it moving by tapping and slapping. Gently slapping and tapping. All right? So let's bring the bottom of the feet together. We activate the meridians in the body. Activating the meridians. All right? Breathing in. And let's bring ourselves up. We're going to bring ourselves up. And we're done with our beautiful music. And let's just do some vagus nerve stimulation. Rubbing our hands together. Place those hands on the back of the neck. Squeeze and release. Breathe in, squeeze, and let go. 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 Now let's just give our shoulders some good slapping. Arms, give the arms some good slapping. Slap, slap, slap. Chest, this is your thymus gland. You always want to pay attention when you're coughing or anything. Your body's releasing mucus. Give this area a good tap. I was slapping one night last week. I was just so congested. I was just laying there slapping my chest, and the mucus was just coming out, coughing. And then the next day I was like, no coughing. And then back again, because our air is so polluted around here right now. And just slap, slap. So then always around the breast, give the breast some love, tapping under the breast, around the navel. Slap, 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 slap around the navel, and keep it going, keep it going. And breathe in. And let go. Breathe in and let go. And don't forget the kidneys, please. The kidneys are back here. And the adrenal glands. They're working really hard these days because of all the news and activity and stress and inauguration. People are thinking about all the activity. So love on your kidneys every day. Place your hands there and just send love, 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 love to the kidneys. Love, love, love to the kidneys and the adrenal glands back there. All right. So are we ready now for some solutions to all the problems that are coming up and the challenges that are coming up? My guest, Habib, is going to join me today. And so let's take a quick break for the Female Solution Program. And then I will be in my studio and we'll just get this party started. Let's just go.
The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating, empowering, interactive conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Gathering of the Griots with Asada. Wednesdays, Repairing Family Relationships with Naima and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Veggie Brunch Live with Angela. Fridays, Health and Well-Being with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Global Talks with Zana. Second Saturday, Walk in Your Divine Authority with Mama Joy. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. Fourth Saturday, be a judge on the virtual Teens, Tweens, and Tots Talent Contest. And fifth Saturday, join us on location as we conversate at the Elevate Cafe, owner Jackie Brooks. Sundays, join us 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Go to thefemalesolution.com to join us on our video or audio live streaming platforms. Listen at www.blogtalkradiо.com/the-female-solution. Call in on the Blog Talk Radio Network 515-605-9325 or call in and comment on the on-air radio network 727-731-5192. We want to hear from you.
All right, so we're here in the Tiny House Village studio, Soul Purpose Healing, and I've got my new display here. How do you like it? How do you like it? It includes my cover. This is the cover for my new book, my renewed book, I want to say. And then I found all these beautiful chakra flags that I put around the cover because sacred geometry connects us to the parts of our internal space that we don't see. And I think to see it, like even with a sunflower, if you ever take a sunflower and just zoom in on the middle of that amazing flower, we have a farm here that grows them in huge sizes. And if you just take and zoom in on the geometry of that flower, this geometry is in everything in nature, especially on the inside of us. So this is meant to bring you the energy of love, of the creator, really. Basically, it does a whole lot, but the love of the creator is in every sacred geometry, artwork, and I'm going to be displaying that on every show to give you a benefit of not just being here hearing, but actually seeing this sacred geometry every time you're here. So we've got, let's see, I've got a couple of comments. Okay, Naima Latif, Naima Latif says, I can play the sounds of blackness if you want to use it. Okay, that's a great idea for my next show because I hadn't even thought about the fact wouldn't have a Blog Talk Radio studio. And Naima or Zelda Robinson, our Monday morning mindfulness host, says, Grand Rising, wonderful. What I need to hear because my family is dropping like flies. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But I this week, instead of dropping like flies, it's like they're ascending. When I heard this news this week, the past 7 days, I've been in like detox recovery mode, I'll say. And two of the reports that came to me in a text that people had ascended, basically, they left their bodies. And so I want to read one to you because what it does is can either put you in fear or on high alert. Okay? Because the people who send these out, they're not trying to scare you. But when you get a message like that, my friend from Maine, okay, this came from my friend in Maine. She sent me the first report of danger, people are dying because of they're going into the hospital, whatever. Now, this was on, let's see, 1 day ago. I don't know what day that was. So she sent this to me on Tuesday. I got this one on Tuesday. Attention, hey, y'all. This is Risa speaking. People know me and work in the hospital setting. So this is coming from a professional nurse on Tuesday. And last night I had a lady who was perfectly fine when I got there at 7, but by midnight she coded, which means straight line, no more life in this person. And after 45 minutes of rotating compressions, whatever fluids that built up on her lungs and blood were coming out of her mouth and giving epi with intubation. Now, I'm not totally familiar with epi and intubation, but all the things that hospitals do are called palliative care. They just want to throw the book at them. All the drugs that they're used to using to treat people, they throw it at you when you come in there in an emergency situation. So epi with intubation, she did not make it. So that's what usually happens in the hospital. How many people I've known who go in the hospital, they get pneumonia and they die. That happened to a very good friend of mine. His mother, he had been taking care of his mother for years. And then she was getting to a point where he thought he needed to take her to the hospital. He did. And as soon as she was in there, um, she had pneumonia. And a couple of days later, she was gone. So this person, she says, she was only there because she had a simple cold. Why would you go to the hospital with a simple cold? Well, because you don't have any knowledge of what to do for a simple cold, okay? That's what usually happens. So a simple cold, flu, body aches, fever, coughing, will send people to a hospital if they have no knowledge. That's why my sister Habib and I are here this morning to help you with some knowledge on what do you do when you are feeling bad, when your body is talking to you, when you have a fever, cold, and it goes on and on and on. What do you do? We're going to help you out with that. And then she went on to say, she was only there. I'm saying this to say, I just want to encourage you guys to get all your vitamins in your system as soon as possible. Vitamin C, D, zinc, elderberry, other natural vitamins. There's a virus going around. It's very crazy. It's almost worse than COVID-19. It starts like a cold or sinus infection, then attacks the upper respiratory system, then the lungs, and finally makes you feel like you have the flu. Get your vitamins in your system now. Do not kiss babies or kids right now. Wash your hands like it's your job. Sanitize weekly. Now, when you get a text like that from somebody, you're like, wow, she's really trying to help people avoid what she just witnessed and what shocked and traumatized her as a nurse. When you have a person come in with a cold and they're dead. But that is what the risk that people are going to be taking if they decide they can't handle the symptoms from their body and they decide to go to a hospital, which is designed to kill you, in my opinion. Hospitals are not designed to save you. They are not in the business of saving people. They're in the business of treating you. It's a business. Hospitals are business. Now, if you have an acute an acute problem, you're in a car accident, you fall down, break your bone, something happens, right in today that you can't handle, go to the emergency room and see what's the problem, what can they fix it, blah blah. But don't get admitted. Please don't get admitted, because then you're risking your body being weaker. Now they can do all kinds of tests for sure that may or may not help you revive. So let me try and find the other notice that we got about someone who from Jamaica. Now we're talking about someone in the United States sends you a text. They have a nurse. I witnessed a horrible death this week because someone had a cold, couldn't help them, and now they died in the hospital. Okay, so here's another one. A second one we got, this was 2 days later. I tell you, it was just, they were rolling in this week, and I'm still coughing and taking good care of because every time I get one of these, I up my care. What do I need to do next? So I bought some NAC, which one of our friends recommended. So here's another text, and I just want to read these so you are prepared to respond, not react when you get these type of death texts where somebody didn't make it from their struggle with a flu or a chronic or an acute condition. Acute means it just happened, it hasn't been long term. So you're dealing with information that happens suddenly, and yet the body is always going to respond or react depending on how much love you've been giving it up to now. So any kind of virus or not, I say bacteria. Viruses are non-existent on some level. They're just the particles from the detox that your body's going through. But let's just say any kind of bacteria that overwhelms you and you're like, oh, what do I do? So in this case, our doctor Cindy Ken 43 sent us a message. My cousin just passed after going to the hospital with flu-like symptoms. He was in the hospital for 3 weeks, first diagnosed with pneumonia, which was not responding to meds or oxygen. Now, why doesn't pneumonia respond to meds or oxygen? Too many people I've seen go in the hospital, that's the first thing they get is pneumonia. That's almost a hospital inflicted dis-ease or symptom or body situation. Pneumonia is not like something that has been in your body for a while. No, the hospital will create pneumonia for you. And so this person, granted, this was in Jamaica, a lot to be have been lost. They were in Las Vegas the week before. I know what's going on in Las Vegas. Not, and I haven't been there yet, but I have people who work there. It's like risky to be in Las Vegas with what's going on now. And then the clinic in Miami sent out a bulletin, new virus similar to C19, HMPV. So they've got a name for this new disease that's going around. And we are here today. We're here today. My sister Habib, she's in the house. So I'm gonna bring in my sister Habib. Hi there. Mirror, we're mirrored again with our white mirror reflection. Woohoo, woohoo. How are you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Are you on mute?
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. You look glorious. All that white. Did you plan all that white surrounding you?
No.
But we're
No, I cannot I can't take credit for my surroundings today.
yeah,
But
we'll give it to the universe.
yes, definitely. Yeah, I went searching through this mansion that I am sleeping in for the next 4 days, and it's just too beautiful. I got in late last night
Oh,
after my flight was delayed, and toured this entire house in the midnight hours. So forgive me for forgetting about the time zone.
no apologies needed.
Yeah.
I had someone say, well, I don't have the planning ethic that most some people have, where I have a show planned 2 weeks in advance and I advertise it for 2 weeks. And I am so into spiritual rhythm
Rhythm.
that I will pause. And when a guest
Yes.
doesn't show up, it's like, okay, what do I do now? And what the bottom line, the universe has shown me, just show up. We'll take
Yep.
care of everything. Just show up. Don't go, well, I can't do the show today because I'm sick. No, I'll just show up and you're gonna have to help my throat, and it happens. It's happening
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
we are synchronistic humans. And first of all, there may be a few people who don't know you. If you want to introduce yourself a little bit, tell people who you are, what you do, and we're going to bring up your website as well today, because we want everybody to have the tools they need to respond to any death notices and HPMB, whatever viruses. And here's what you
Mm-hmm.
do. We got the solution. Uh,
Yes.
so tell our audience a little bit about whatever you want to share, what you're here, why you're here, what you've been doing. so they get to
Mhm.
know you a little bit, because you have been on the show a couple of Sundays, but now you're here on
Yes,
Friday. I think this is your first time on a Friday show.
it is. It is my first Friday dawning. I am priestess Mut Ma'at Nefer Habeb'ullah. Government known name is Donna Roberts. I am the CEO and founder of Melanated Bloodlines Restoration, or really the business is Free Reality and MBR LLC. And the Free Reality is where I gather people together. You would say Mama Tahita is highly influential in Etchnab Productions, which is where I enjoy doing event planning, events, but my heart and passion goes into music and writing poems and songwriting and art and being creative, using my hands. And part of that using my hands from, I think it may have started around the age of 8 or 10 or something like that, where my hands were being used to heal. And with Melanated Bloodlines Restoration, I've come to now bring into fruition as of 2018 the skills of using my hands to heal through art and the CMOS business. My physical therapist, being that I am from head to toe a devout patient to my physical therapist for pain management, is the one who literally introduced me to CMOS. And when I began to research about it, of course, my first few times of trying to create it for myself, of course, I did it wrong, but then I didn't give up because I heard so many good reports of what these 92 minerals do for our bodies. But then I learned that there's a such thing as 102 minerals that our body requires. And I began to research more and more. And then I went into deep prayer and meditation to receive a formula for the melanated bloodlines restoration, CMOS blends. I do custom blends, and I also do teas. But CMOS is the foundation and the source of all the items that are sold on the melanatedbloodlines.com. That's bloodlines with the S at the end of it. So if you go to melanatedbloodlines.com, you'll be able to see all the different items that or services that we provide. And so with that, it's more than just restoring our internal, all right, the bloodlines. The bloodlines flow deeper than just the blood that's flowing through your veins. But that's one of the starting places because you have to be ready to restore your own bloodlines within you before you can go deeper into restoring the bloodlines within your lineage and then the bloodlines within your ancestral tracks and journeys, because they are all influential into who you are and your wholeness. Well, let's just say your bloodline. So we go deeper, and the CPR plan within that is part of what is used. CPR meaning custom plan of restoration. So we take this information and we research, we dive deep into our melanin dominance and our in the melanin recessive to find out what twicks, what twitches, and what different things you may need to do or implement into your lifestyle in order to get to the roots of the issues in your tissues, okay? And begin to restore your bloodline so that you can heal internally, so you can heal holistically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally. So that's what we do in Melanated Bloodlines, but I enjoy making good use of these gifts and talents that I've been blessed with. I would have to say blessed. It's been a challenge, but what gives me the most pleasure is to see the smiles on my customers' faces and to see their changes over time and how this sea moss blend, which is, I would say, an anti-inflammatory, because every part of our body, every single part of our body has the potential of becoming inflamed with mucus. And so the one main base thing that the sea moss does is it removes the mucus within our bloodlines. And when that happens, oh, the places we can go. I love that book by Dr. Seuss, with our veins and our arteries and our heart smiling at us, our lungs smiling at us, our nasal passages smiling at us, and our organs, every single organ beginning to smile because you're removing that mucus from your body. And then by changing your lifestyle, and I like to tell my clients, allow the sea moss to change your appetite, because that it will do. um, it will definitely make you want to shift to the foods that don't serve your body, to eating the foods that will heal and or regenerate your cells. The stronger your red blood cells are, the more your blood on your body will respond to its natural healing itself process. So I hope that was not too long of a explanation, but me, I am a naturopath. Okay, everything I do is natural, and I allow the source, God, Yahweh. Some of you say Jehovah, some of you say Most High. Your higher self. We rely on that gift, that power that's within us to do the greater works. Okay, when we rely on um, science or chemistry or something like that to really dictate and determine it, then you take away from the what I call the oomph of who we are. And so I'm just so grateful to have this formula. I'm so grateful to be able to share it with others who've been able to testify and attest to the goodness that it provides for them in getting to the roots of the issues in their tissues. And with that, I yield the mic.
Well, my sister, I know you made a career shift too, right? Was it last year? Because the corporate world is a good place to be for a time,
Mhm,
for a period.
mhm.
We learn a lot. We meet a lot. We make a lot of money. I made more money in corporate world than I had made in my whole life at one point when I started working for this health food store, and then they promoted me to manager. So, but I was in an environment that I loved. I was learning all these things and I was making a lot of money, but it was still corporate world. I had to answer to corporate this, corporate that. So you made that shift. What helped you decide to get out of corporate and do this creative
Mm,
project?
my health, my
Your
life.
health. Yeah.
My life, because we totally take for granted the things that we allow in our space. And when I say in our space, I mean in our minds, in our hearts, in our bodies, in our day-to-day activities that take away from who you are. Like, I looked at myself and I was like, there's no way this could be happening to me. Why is this happening to me? And back in 2023, I had my first opportunity of awakening to the why is this happening to me, to say, this is not where I belong, you know? But then that mindset, okay, when your mental is not in order, or when your mental is this is filled with mucus, I would say, you begin to second guess, doubt yourself, allow others to influence the things that you say and the things that you do, in life. And so I had a major slap in the face where my health was not becoming my wealth. Okay. I know y'all
Yeah,
heard that quote, right?
right.
Um, and I ended up getting into stroke like the stress began to degenerate my joints. I already was dealing with injuries from serious accidents over time, but my joints began to fail on me, my organs began to fail on me, my headaches increased, migraines, blurred vision. When I tell y'all I was just popping, you know what just popping is?
No, what's that?
Just popping is I was dealing with all within a 6 month period time. A cardiologist, a rheumatologist, a dermatologist, um, a neurologist, a rheumatologist for that. I think I said that one. A ophthalmologist. I was just popping. You named them, I was their patient because I began to develop all the issues and the symptoms. And I boiled it down to stress. I told my doctors, I just need to get my life in order. I need to figure out what that is, right? This, that modern medicine. But we all knew that's not where I belonged. I belonged with helping people. I'm a people person, sitting behind a cubicle, investigating numbers all day is what I crafted to do over time because of the matrix. But when you really start knowing yourself, getting to know yourself, you learn the things that you enjoy, that you're most passionate about, and you find out what your purpose is in life. Sometimes accounting just isn't it. I was born into accounting. I lived accounting. At the age of 15, I was doing people's taxes, okay?
Oh my, how
So I know
exciting.
this, but it wasn't my passion. Healing is my passion.
So we have a question from our executive. She says, I have shellfish allergies. Can I
Mhm.
still consume sea moss without or an allergic reaction? I have never heard of a shellfish allergy uh, associated
Yeah,
with.
I'm allergic to shellfish, so I'm told, because it makes my whole body swell,
Okay,
okay, within maybe 12 to, hours or so. But in that, I've been told by other people, other customers who have experienced sea moss from the way, they get it, that they will end up having some symptoms. Sea moss is not an actual shellfish, but it
right.
does grow, under the sea and on the rocks of the sea, which is where it gets its minerals from. So if I were you, one, I know that with my blend, um, the way I clean it, all right, and prepare it, it would reduce a lot of that shellfishiness to it. And you may not have the grander symptoms, but you are getting what I would say a concentrated version of the sea moss itself with my blend. It's just not holding a lot of the sea ness to it. Um, but I would still, refer to your doctor. I'm not somebody to tell you, no, go ahead and use it with precaution. If you know you're allergic to shellfish, I am, and I take it every day, all day, because it holds all 102 minerals to help you balance. It holds all the vitamins that your body requires to be able to boost your immune system. It holds all the omegas and the amino acids that our body requires so we can receive an organic, a fresh to order organic and natural source of a multivitamin, multiminerals living supplement to be able to flush your system out. And as long as you're drinking your water, okay, or your clear liquids to help that flush go through, I don't see where your shellfish allergy will likely go away because I'm good. I haven't had to take one allergy pill for the last 4 years since I've been using my CMOS since 2018. Okay. I am on the active asthmatic, you know, list from my doctors, but I haven't used my maintenance inhaler, the one I have to take every day, twice a day. I haven't used it in 3 years. So, and I don't have issues breathing. I've gotten into holistic breathing exercises that I do with another spiritual organization that I'm involved with, but I do this for my own, survival. When I tell you I was just popping, my dermatologist had me go through an elimination diet. Okay. And with that, I took away everything I enjoyed eating the most. And of course, all the normal things that we know to stay away from, that white stuff and, the fried stuff and the processed stuff, if you're not already living a free agent life, right? Free radical life. And I slowly would implement the things I enjoyed, like my shrimp, like my crab legs, like what's the other one? Lobster tail, right?
Oh,
I do. I love those. I love those. I do. You give me an opportunity to get it, I just say I'm just gonna have to deal with the consequences,
okay. Yeah.
But some people cases are a lot more serious. So that's why I say you definitely, if you decide to go into or want to try it, do it in a very small, like how you would test yourself for allergies, period. That's what they do, anyways, when they're giving you an allergy shot. They're giving you something that you're actually allergic to in order to
Now,
boost your immune system. So
now
that's really what you want to focus
this,
on, boosting your immune system.
this is reminding me of a teacher I had years ago on emotional freedom techniques. I was when I learned about tapping, I
Hmm.
started listening to anybody and everybody who was teaching body talk, tapping. And there was this one guy who was really good and very effective. And I remember him talking about a woman who came to him with a shrimp allergy. I mean, her face would swell up, and he took her through a therapy session. This is for anybody out there got seafood allergies, whatever. Asking her, when did this start? When did this first show up? This allergy,
Hmm.
and it turned out that it happened when she was a little girl, that she was eating some shrimp or something at the dinner table, and her father slapped her. Some very traumatic experience happened, or event happened to her while she was eating shrimp.
Hmm.
So what he started doing was helping her let go of that experience, remembering the experience, and then asking herself, why has she carried this allergy all these years? So I have found a lot of times when people have an allergy to anything, it has something to do, it is an association with eating that food. For instance, milk. There was another person who had an allergy to milk, and they had a similar experience where they were with their family, and someone hit them, or their father was giving them a spanking or something, and the milk was spoiled, and the father was saying, drink your milk, but the milk was spoiled and he didn't know it, and he was abusing them verbally and making them drink spoiled milk, and that's where his allergy to milk started. So I highly recommend anybody who has allergies to anything that you look back on your childhood journey, especially, and ask yourself, well, when did this happen? When did I start having allergy to seafood? 'Cause it didn't just happen in your adult life, probably. It happened more recently, maybe. And figure out what was going on in your life that triggered your response to something that has a very unhealthy or very negative memory with it. So,
Mhm.
so do that, Naima. Anybody else who's
Anybody else?
if you have
Yeah.
any type of experience in your childhood that looks back
Yep.
at that. So I totally agree about the sea moss. I'm always looking for the best sea moss. And I was at an event, a Hispanic music festival, and they had vendors, and there was a woman selling sea moss there, and I'm like, oh, sea moss, sea moss. I got real excited, and so I bought one of her sea moss, and I haven't seen her again because I don't know where she
I don't
lives.
know where she been.
So when you came on this week with your website and all that, okay, I need sea moss. Give me some. I ordered right away. I went on there,
And
ordered
thank
right away.
you so much. Yes.
Okay, because I need to try sea moss whenever it shows up. Because when I studied to be a master herbalist, I spent a lot of time researching sea moss, why it was so nutritional. Like you said, it has all the minerals that your body needs in one
Now, original,
product.
the original, like you just take the sea moss and clean it and everything. It only comes with 92 of the
Right,
102 that our body requires. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But
So
the formula I
90
create has all of them.
majority of the minerals your body needs are in sea moss. And now isn't that
Yep.
what is that all about? It shows that we originated as a species in the water.
Yep.
Our body, the human species, did not come from apes or some other mammal what on the planet. We were sea creatures first. And then as we've developed and developed and developed, and the Anunnaki and all the other things happening to our vessel, we are now in this human body vessel. But originally we were sea creatures. So
Yes.
we're just going back to the source of who we really are. And that's basically. So I want to encourage people to check out Melanated Bloodlines. Let me put that back up.
And then also keep in mind that our bodies are 70+% water. Okay. 70 plus. I think I used to say 82%, but I'm just going to stick with the 70 plus because the majority of our creation is water.
Exactly.
We were born in water. We lived in water for 9 or however many months you were in your mother's womb, for that long in water.
So melanatedbloodlines.com, go to the website and check out all the varieties of sea moss because Habib makes special blends. And this is her passion. We leave corporate world to do our passion. And
Yes.
that's what takes away the stress is leaving
Mm.
the gotta make money, gotta do this to make money, gotta pay the rent, and leaving that to go to something that you're passionate about, and then the energy of money will flow automatically because you're in sync with who you really are.
And sustaining your life, your livelihood, it begins to flow because I could have been one of those people I was when I did leave my last corporate. I said, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I didn't know how I was going to pay the next bill. I didn't know, but I'm still in my house. That was back in September. I didn't know I was going to keep the utilities on or put gas in the car, but it's happening, and when you get outside of the house and really begin to just walk in the house, you'll see it doesn't have to be as stressful as we make it out because we're so stuck with our 9 to 5s in mind. Because we feel if we don't have the 9 to 5, we or our family won't have a future. But when you're literally walking in your purpose, fulfilling the passion that burns within you, when you wake up in the morning, this is what you think about doing. That's what you're supposed to be making money off of. And when you do it, not only is it the easiest thing to do because it's what is in your heart, but it becomes your money making tool. And some people, if you get into the right connections, you may end up being able to be a millionaire well faster than if you stayed in the corporate world, you know? So, and that's what I'm aiming to do.
Yeah, now I left corporate world to clean houses. Because that the highest paying job I had in the health food store um was became very stressful because of corporate's demands on me to do certain things a certain way. So I met a woman who had a holistic house cleaning business. She needed help. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go out here on faith and do something that I really enjoy, and that was like meditating while I'm cleaning houses. I love cleaning houses. So, and I did that for almost 10 years. And then my adrenal glands started talking to me because we would clean 2 or 3 houses in one day. And we could do that back then. She and I were the same age, but we were in our 50s, and we were like, oh, we could do this. And we would have peppermint oil we would rub ourselves down with peppermint oil every night because our muscles were so tired and stressed from cleaning houses, but we'd be right back at it the next day.
Or did I freeze?
And I loved it. I loved it. And then I had to just let that go and do something else. Blog Talk Radio showed up, so I did that. That not that it paid anything, but yeah, we let go of stress. This is the first step to healing the body. I don't know why there's an echo here. Healing the body and dealing with the onslaught of fear that's hitting the country right now, with people showing up and saying they're dying. And so the first thing I want to just share the process I went through for a whole week with these symptoms in my body, because this may help many of you stay out of the hospital. That's the main thing. What we received in our text messages alerted us that, hey, people are dying when they go in the hospital. I didn't hear about anybody dying because they stayed home and took better care of themselves. But I started out with the worst headache with this thing. This headache just came on me and stayed right up here in the frontal lobe. And I was doing my peppermint tea, and I don't take aspirin. I'm done with aspirin. But I had to go to something called Theraflu, because everything I was doing was not getting rid of this headache. And even my friend who lives about 45 minutes away, she was having the same symptoms, this headache in the front, of slight fever, coughing. We were both going through the same symptoms, and I hadn't even I hadn't seen her for a couple of weeks, and yet we were experiencing the same thing. So she said, well, my son has it. My son has the headache, blah, blah. He took Theraflu and everything's fine. I was like, okay, well, I told my son, I need some Theraflu. And he brings over some expired Theraflu that's half empty. I'm like, no, let's try the non-expired one. So I took that one time. It's a powder in water, headache gone. The next day, I was doing my teas, my Echinacea Golden Seal. Echinacea Golden Seal, if you don't have that in your cupboard, you need to have that, because it's still a very important go-to when flu season is around and people are talking about body aches and all that. Echinacea Golden Seal. I have one by Gaia that also has bee pollen in it and some other things. But make sure you have at least those two, Echinacea and Golden Seal. And then the other go-to I had, which I was putting directly under my tongue, was oregano oil. Now, most people can't do that because oregano oil is very strong. And if you put that under your tongue, it's going to It's gonna burn almost, but I'm so used to it at this point that it goes 10 drops under the tongue, and then I'm drinking water behind it, and then the rest of the day. In fact, here's the other thing: I didn't eat for 2 days because this headache was just so bad. All I was doing was drinking water and hot lemon water. That's a go-to, definitely. Hot lemon water with cayenne sprinkled in there and a little salt, Celtic salt. I did that for 2 days, no food. I just had to rinse out whatever this was and try and move this headache out of here. The inflammation was lodging up here. And I kept thinking that's with all those chemtrails that right after New Year's, the sky was just full of chemtrails every day. And I read something where other parts of the country, California, in fact, a guy posted that the right before those fires started, the sky was full of chemtrails in that area of California. So we are under attack as usual by the elite who have nothing that better to do than try and reduce the population, make people sick so big pharma can make money in the hospitals, and on and on and on. But our response to all these attacks has to be sea moss nourishment. It has to be herbal nourishment. It has to be fasting. It has to be breathing partnerships. And somebody was asking about your breathing. Where did I see that? Please talk. Please tell us about your breathing partners. Let me see, put that up. Breathing partners. Okay, yeah, breathing partners.
I think they're speaking to where I said with my breathing exercises,
right,
that I've been doing with another spiritual organization I'm a part of. That is Mimic, Melanated Immortals Making Evolutionary Changes. The website address is melanatedimmortals.com. Every 13 days, they say from the Gregorian perspective, every 13 days, I would like to prefer to say plasmas. We come together and we have what we call a chant call. Okay, you're chanting in the energy of the archetype that you represent. But also every Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, we have what we call a melanin frequency vigil. And on these Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern, I would do a breath exercise to lead into our focus or to lead into the energy that we want to seal in for that day. And I create the breathing exercises, and I guide everyone through them. Also, I do the breathing exercises for the chant calls as well. And we are focusing on our Olmec and Mayan ancestral channels and or energies that we walk in every single day as in Lakesh Alakin. I'm another you, you are another me. So yeah, melanated immortals with an s.com. You can go there and look at the different events and everything. We have one here in Georgia. Well, no, I'm not in Georgia right now, but in Georgia, come March the 20th, we'll be having an open house retreat at Stone Mountain Park campgrounds. And so definitely go to the website under our events, find out a little bit more about the different activities and the schedule and itineraries. But also here, with the melanated bloodlines restoration business, breath exercises is one of the things I definitely ensure that my customers stay in tune with as when we breathe. Okay, just keep this in mind. I like to say, when you breathe in through your nose, you are forcing the oxygen to flush through your entire body. And the deeper the breaths you take, the more pressure, it forces the blood to flow from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, right? And then as you release, you're letting go of the toxins, which is why it's important to have the sea moss, because it releases the toxins in your body through, I tell my customers, every single hole of on your body, in your body, is going to begin to release the toxins and release the inflammations, okay, to start your restoration process. So when you exhale and you let it all go, right? So these breathing exercises forces your heart to pump, forces your blood to flow, and Dr. Cindy actually is my educator, Dr. Cork, Cindy Cork. She's the one that really broke this down to me as I'm going through my studies, and I am so eternally grateful for that learning how fast the blood pumps through the body. You know, I would like to say nanoseconds from the crown of our head to the sole of our feet. So our heart holds an extremely um, important role in how the blood pumps. So we need to keep it clear. We need to keep it clean. Our liver, our kidneys, our pancreas. And that starts with removing that mucus, I say. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm on your page, the healing agents page. Boy, your site is very educational. So when our listeners have a chance, just go there and cruise around. I wanted to just point out on your healing agents page, look at all the herbs and plants that are listed here. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is why you don't need to go to the hospital. Okay.
Yes.
Go to this page when you feel like, oh, maybe I should go to the hospital. No, go to this
Check
page
it out.
here and start cruising to see what do I really need right now. I'm not deficient in drugs from the hospital because they will put you in pneumonia stage, and then your chances of surviving are not good. Alfalfa, aloe, arnica. Arnica is the one of the best herbs, plants to reduce inflammation, and it
Mhm.
erases the trauma. I learned this years ago from my Pure Herbs contact. Arnica erases the trauma of an event like a sprain or a broken bone. If you put arnica on
Mhm.
that site every day, it will erase the trauma.
Mhm.
Ashwagandha, I do not go leave home without ashwagandha because
Right.
it's a natural
Yes.
balancer of your body. Ashwagandha, if you're feeling
Balance.
anxiety, put some ashwagandha under your tongue, the anxiety will reduce. If you're feeling
Hmm.
tired, use ashwagandha to bring up your energy. It's an adaptogen. That's the word I wanted to say.
Yes. Yes.
Ashwagandha is an adaptogen that will save your life, and it'll keep you
Yes.
out of the hospital. So that's another herb that I don't leave home without. I put that in my purse because if I'm driving for a long time, sometimes when I get out of my car, I'm like, whoa, I feel like I'm out of balance because I've been sitting so long. And I take that
Hmm.
ashwagandha, put it under my tongue, and like, boom, I'm back in balance again. So
Yeah.
again,
If you're in school and you're needing to study for a test,
yep,
ashwagandha.
ashwagandha, best thing in the world. And then astragalus is like on the order of echinacea, golden seal,
Hmm.
immune support, and so much more. So just go on
Hmm.
here and look at all the benefits. Basil is especially good for my constitution. Bailey, bee pollen, that's what's in one of my formulas. Black cohosh, this is great for menopausal women going through whatever they're going through. I don't have that problem anymore, thank you. Bladder rack, that's
Yes.
your sea moss, basically. You get
Yes.
bladder rack in your sea
Yes.
moss. So
And I add that in
anti-cancer.
there. Hmm.
Blessed thistle, blue cohort, burdock root.
Yep.
I've used that for years to just clean your blood. If you can get a
That's in the sea
formula,
moss.
and that's in the sea moss for that you make.
Yes.
Yeah, if
Yes,
you
and
can
I
get a
make
formula,
I add several spices, several spices, seeds, herbs, and spices, seeds, herbs, and oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. But the website definitely tells you everything that I add to
yeah,
it to create it to be its 100 one-stop shop for your healing. Um, Also, I wanted to share with you, Dr. V, before you get your order, okay? I don't make sea moss that's fun. Okay, it's not like what you would go into a health food store and be able to get the pineapple or the raspberry and so forth. It is no, it is not your just straight off the shelf sea moss, and it's definitely not straight from the ocean sea moss because of everything else that we add to it. So don't purchase this expecting to quote unquote enjoy it for its taste as much as you will enjoy it for what it does. All right.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
all about effect, not taste. Some people will not even do oregano oil. I had the hard
That part.
my dad was telling me about all
Yes.
the things going on in his body, and I said, "Well, just try some oregano." He said, "Oh, it tastes so bad." So I had a hard time
Mhm.
getting him to do it. But anyway, he went to 95 and he said, "I'm done." But cloves,
Mhm.
cloves, I put cloves in my nut milk that I make because cloves are
Yes.
those things to keep the parasites at bay. So remember on here, it tells you high natural manganese kills worms, parasites, all these good. The cloves is like a daily for me. I even have a formula from the farmer's
Yeah,
market.
just stick it in some warm water and make a tea out of it.
Yeah, just keep put it in everything. I do. I put it in anything, everything. Now, Patti
Yep.
Arco, I've used Patti Arco for probably 30 or more years because I had candida so bad. Candida's a fungus. And
Hmm.
Patti Arco is what helps me keep the candida down. If you eat a lot of sugar, you're going to have a lot of candida. Patti Arco can help you balance the sugar candida
Hmm.
problem that will surface because
Hmm.
you're putting too many carbs in your body. And I was watching a guy yesterday, a scientist talking about the new discoveries in cancer, and he was saying one of the major contributors to cancer is too much glucose in the body, too many carbs in the body. And so people will feed their cancer when they're eating a lot of sugar. And that's why Party Arco, as she has it right here on her website, is anti-cancer and poor
Hmm.
and for poor circulation because Party Arco helps keep the glucose levels and the fungus that's created from that down. So this is just an
Hmm.
excellent list of very good herbs, red clover, good blood cleanser, menopausal symptoms. I had women when I was working in the health food store who would come in with hot flashes. How do I get rid of these hot flashes? Oh, I'm miserable. I'm miserable. Okay, we had a formula of red clover, which cleans the blood, all these years of accumulating toxic blood, and you get into menopause and you got hot flashes, and kelp, and I think it was
Oh, yeah.
there's one other kelp, red clover, and I think it was Pardiarco. That got rid of their hot flashes. Just those three. There were three, or red clover, kelp, which was feeding the thyroid, got rid of the hot flashes. So sage, sarsaparilla root, sorrel. I'm just reviewing all these great herbs, and there's even more. But I love the way my sister has given us enough tools on this website, enough tools on the website to help you stay out of the hospital. That's my main
Yes.
that I don't go to the hospital. Please just go to the website. Go to my website. Go wherever you need to go, but just stay out of the hospital. And I have L'Oreal. I'm saying, is the blog talk number no longer active? for the show. Laurel, where have you been? Laurel, it's so good to see you, Laurel. But we've been announcing this for the last month. Blog Talk is going out of business. And the number to call in is 727, right here flashing across the screen. That's the On Air Everywhere Network, 727 731 5192. That's the call-in number. In fact, we have that number open. I have that open on my phone for anyone who would like to make a comment at this point. Let's see. I'm going to read some of the comments here in YouTube. I'm on YouTube via this Tiny House Village and Facebook Live, Soul Purpose Healing. So Zelda says, love, 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 new book cover design. Thank you. It's by Van Dorn Henot, my creator. We'll definitely zoom in on the yellow flower power. It's on every page. I have flower, yellow power. Love your sign, your sigil symbol. That's from, I believe that's not Habib, Tawida. And yes, sacred geometry, geomancy. It's a healing symbol on purpose. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And that's why actually Tawida introduced me to Master J. Rue, who told me I needed to create my own cover. And he boom, 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 things start happening. And it starts with my sister Tawida bringing in the people to speak on this platform to bring light, like my sister's doing today, all this light, and people who bring light and stimulate us to create more and heal and do so much more. And Naima says, I love that idea. Let's change the language when someone leaves. Instead of dead or died, let's say they ascended. It's more positive and actually more of the truth. Yeah. So when you start hearing this month and moving, whenever people are ascending because they went to the hospital and they didn't know how, just send them to this show, YouTube, and then YouTube Viada's Tiny House Village, and then they'll find Habib's website, and we'll be keeping people alive. Instead of ascending, we want you all to stay here on the planet and work this plan of synchronistic human enlightenment with us. Get your kin numbers, and let's get out of the Gregorian calendar, which is confusing the hell out of us for all these years. And now we're moving with our brother Neb Taharka. We're moving into a whole new school of humanism and enlightenment. So that's why my sister Habib and I are here today to remind you that we have work to do, and these are the tools you need to keep your body strong. That's right. Staph infection. Oh, okay. So I guess what happened in the hospital, the staph infection shows up, right?
Yeah. Getting pricked consistently, sitting with the same needle in your arm or whatever over an extended amount of time. And depending on how weak your prebiotic and probiotic, process is of rejecting your white blood cells being able to kick out what doesn't belong, those staph infections come in. But I can honestly say that CMOS blend is definitely going to get in there and clean stuff out.
Absolutely. And then Washington says she makes me smile. Yes, you do. You make everybody smile. So we're grateful, full of gratitude. Now, our sister Monday morning host says, is she house sitting like Stephanie Perry and Rashida Jones, who teach women how to house? You're not house sitting, are you?
I wish. I love that show. No, actually, I'm on a business conference, for one of my other businesses I flow with. We are having a conference this weekend in Dallas, Texas, and we're like 13 of us are in a mansion. I mean, a serious mansion. So I got here late last night. I'm looking forward to getting out there and walking in nature. There's a lake and oh my gosh, everything here. So I
So
wish
it's
I
like
could like
an
just turn the,
Airbnb.
yes, it's an Airbnb.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It is in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So I wish I was. Let me make that out of a job, okay?
I know. I did that once and it was great.
Mm. Did you really?
Yeah,
No,
I
you
just had a
Airbnb?
chance to sit in somebody's house while they were away. I was dog sitting, and the dog slept in the bedroom with me, and that was it. Didn't last long, but it was great. They had a lake out in the backyard, and that was it. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
when you leave corporate mind that you can only do this, 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 then all these things will come to you, and you'll be attracted to other opportunities where
Thank
you
you.
can still have your passion.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's all good. So okay, blog talk numbers, Laurel. Thank you, Laurel. Tune in at 726. If you'd like to comment, other than writing your comments here and having me read them, then you can call into the on air everywhere number. And the mic is open. If you're on air everywhere and you have a comment, now's your time as we wind down this lab. We're already over uh we're not really over. I keep thinking Blog Talk Radio puts you on this time limit, and then it would come on and say you have 20 seconds. You have well, we're not on that time limit on YouTube or Facebook. We do what the
Hmm.
Spirit tells us to do, and then when Spirit says, "Okay, you're done," then we leave it out there in in the universe for people to refer to, go to later. So this show will be available till eternity. Whereas Blog Talk, I've got to go back 11 years and figure out what do I want to save in Blog Talk for 11 years. I am not going to save every show I did for the last 11 years, but there are some that I want to put in a file in a cloud or something. My son's going to help me and save them for future use. So, but everything is new today. What we just shared with you on the Melanated Bloodlines website is new today. There were things that I learned 10 years ago that I'm not using anymore because I've learned about new things, new products. I wasn't using CMOS 11 years ago, but this time of year, this season that we're in, it's time to bring in the CMOS. And you're doing CB. Are you doing CBD right now?
Yes,
So tell me a
yes.
little bit about that because I know our Monday morning host, she has a business in that there are people all
Hmm.
over the country who are getting into a safe, pain-free nutritional business. So tell us a little bit
Yes,
about that.
yes. I'm gonna give you a little history. In the beginning of my Lines business, I had customers coming and asking, "Can you infuse it?" I said, "I already put hemp seeds in it, and hemp oil, in it." I said, "You want something more than that?" And so, yeah, they were thinking of the CBD and the THC agents, to put in it. But back then, during that time, I was not 420 friendly. Okay, I didn't understand the concept behind it. I just knew what Dr. Stavy said, right? But that didn't mean that I'm not a smoker, so I don't smoke, right? And I thought that's all that you could do with the hemp, the cannabis. But it's our endocannabinoid system that I've learned through this business I've added to my repertoire with canaglobe.biz. My website is canaglobe.biz/free reality. And that is definitely, my email that you'll see within the business as well. But Canna Globe has introduced me to a whole new world of the benefits of cannabis and our, what you may have never heard of before, endocannabinoid system. We have a nervous system, skeletal system, we have an endocannabinoid system. And through this education, our CB receptors, that help to function, help with the functions of the lymphatic system in our body, and the lungs and all your different the parts that the endocannabinoid system supports. And cannabis, which is in that word, is what is used naturally, okay, to build our endocannabinoid system, which is more important than or it could be sitting right there in that area of preventing a lot of failures in our bodies to happen. So Google it, I have to say, but you can go to that website and learn a whole lot more about our endocannabinoid system and about this business where we sell CBD products, mushroom products. I don't want to say sell, we share the products because the products sell themselves. And THC products, but also some lines don't have anything in them at all, just something for you to enjoy it, to improve your healing for your day to day to dos, like losing weight or um, being able to go to sleep or being able to focus or needing the help with being on your toes and being creative, being calm in a stressful situation, things that will help you to boost your like B12 complex and creatine, collagen, all of those different things that people use to help them when they're working out and exercising to build your muscles, and or to in some cases increase your weight if you need to increase weight. Canna Globe, CANNGLOBE dot B as in boy IZ / free reality. Okay. C
Okay, can you type that in the comments?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it's telling me that I have to join in YouTube, and I didn't know if that was going to
Okay, then
interfere.
say that again. CANNA.
Then the word globe, GLOBE
Uh-huh.
dot BIZ, BIZ, and then the /
Okay.
with free reality / and then free reality is the word to put after that. And it should take you straight to my website. Get a lot of information from the opportunity to become a business partner. But it's literally, yes, that is it. Owning your own virtual dispensary is what we sell. We sell virtual dispensaries. And with that small investment, you have the opportunity to infuse whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever you choose into your healing, into your wholeness. Because what I've come to really respect is that cannabis or hemp, okay, and when you read the website, you'll see the process, how we process. If not, then definitely reach out to me and I will link you in so you can really come and ask more questions if you need to. But that natural substance from witnesses, I would say, all right? And we don't claim to be healing anything because you can't make claims like that. But cancer survivors whose doctors have attested to the growth being reduced from using hemp, or cannabis. And so it just gives me a whole new respect for this world. And And I have taken the opportunity to infuse some of the Kingdom syrup blends that we have into my sea moss. And when I tell you, it is definitely to the oomph level. All right. Just to put less than half of a teaspoon with a cup of my sea moss blend, it is amazing. Okay. So I do encourage you to research. Thank you. That is it. I
Okay.
encourage you to do your own research, not just in using supplements, but do your research in knowing what's going on in your body. We have two different plans of you coming in and generating that income that you can make in your sleep. At the same time, you have the ability to share your website and your products with others in need. If you go down, go back up just a little bit. That bakables, we have flour, y'all, that's infused, and you can bake you some chicken or mushrooms, or I'm not bake but fry. If you fry, and of course avocado oil or grapeseed oil, not
I see
you know
brownies on there.
that's brownies, but we have a flour for frying chicken and
Oh my.
shrimp and all of that. We have and it's amazing, you guys. So check out the
Yeah,
website.
those
Enjoy.
those brownies will get you in trouble. You got to be careful. I had a client. I was cleaning a client's house, and he said, "Oh, I want you to try these brownies." I'm like, "Okay." So I took these brownies home. He didn't tell me nothing about what was in them. I said, "Oh, wasn't that nice of him?" So I ate one of those brownies. I said, "Oh, this is really good." I ate another brownie. I was on my back the rest of I was like, what is going on with me? And I realized those were not your typical brownies. So be very careful out there.
Yes, and
No
they're potent.
brownie bakers, whoever you're getting your brownies or whatever from, don't let them fool you like I was fooled. He didn't tell me a damn thing about what was
Yes.
in these. So I will never
That's what
forget
I
that.
did for my first experience. My first experience was with brownies, and
Usually
I
is.
made the little miniature cupcake baking
Yep.
pan. That's
Yep.
what I made the brownies in, and I was just eating. I slept for 3 days.
Yep. Yep. So we want to just recap for everybody. This is a month where you might see more news about viruses and flus and all that. And we want you to be able to respond, not react, because what they're going to do is say somebody died, the dogs are dying, the birds are dying, they're going to be putting out death. And my sisters and I, on the famous Female Solution, we do a transition or death cafe once a month on our show. So we want you to be prepared for the death notices, and just think, oh, more people are ascending, because we got work to do, folks. And Habib and I are here to do the work to help you strengthen this vessel. And our friend Neb Taharka, our brother Neb Taharka,
Yes,
teaches every week about
yes,
raising your consciousness and your vibration and becoming telepathic and getting
yes.
out of the Gregorian calendar, which is part of the problem. I have started my own calendar where I put the little faces on from Synchronistic Human Manual, and I'm just doing the active work of remembering who I am on a different time span, a different mind, to be more telepathic. So reviewing now, don't be afraid when people start ascending in the news. This person left, that person left. Oh, they were in the hospital. And just go to, you got Habib's website now to go to. You got the Canna Globe. You've got my website, Your Holistic Life Coach. You've got all my YouTube videos that you can go back on and listen about endocannabinoids. We've got so much information between the two of us. We are white solar mirrors reflecting the universe of
Yes.
power, the universe of change, the universe of love. We are here representing the love of the universe. And each of us
Yes.
were born in different locations, but we have the same kin 178. Yay! Going here. That brought us together to
Yes.
share what is needed today, building up your system. Rest. The first thing you want to do when you hear about, oh, somebody's ascending, and if you get a headache like I did, that's time for you to slow down, rest, drink more water. If you've been drinking beers and wine, cut that out for a little while and get some fresh, pure coconut. I'm drinking coconut water today, and
Mhm.
I've been drinking spring water from Mountain Valley out of the glass bottles. I'm just hydrating, eating less and resting more. That is your prescription. Eat it to get out your laptop, review Habib's website. Go to the Female Solution on air everywhere. Look at some shows. Our sister Zelda has a cannabis
All
business that
right.
she's been promoting and sharing every week practically. So we've got enough resources where hospitals are not an option here. We go to
Mhm.
our brothers and sisters who have the knowledge. And guess what? Nature. If you don't want to stay home and review websites and call people, get out in the sun, in nature, and hug a tree. Because that tree
Yes.
is waiting for you to come and get some of that nourishment from that tree. And then go out
Mhm.
with all the birds and bees and take in your support system. Our support system is nature. We don't think
Yes.
about that, but all around us is a support system. Just kind of, the trees are like, okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to hug me. I'm waiting to give you some of this leaf energy. And then the bees are showing up. I'm waiting to give some of this bee energy, but we're like, oh, I got to do this. I got to go here. I got to go there.
Two busy bees.
Stop, stop. We want you to pause
Yes.
in this season of confusion, sickness, whatever, and pause and appreciate, respect nature.
Dr. V, give them
Yes,
the first line of your signature, of our signature.
which is what is the first line of my signature?
I, what do you do?
Okay. Wait a minute here. I got it written down because yes, let's do that. I
I
pulse
pulse
in order
in
to
order
reflect.
to reflect. That
Yes.
is what we're doing here. We are pulsing to you all in order for us to reflect our wholeness, the universe as cosmic mothers. That's who we are as white mirrors. We're here to pulse. That means we live, we indulge, we dive into the energy of reflecting all of us. And so, yeah, as you were saying, that's what hit me, that's what resonated. Um, to help you realize we're here for you, but we are also here for ourselves.
And I have to say I've been doing the directional prayer, and what I like the most about that prayer is to end all wars, that
Mhm,
connecting with Mother Earth. And then we're seeing that manifest with the Middle East right now. And
mhm,
I feel like that's because a collective body of people have been uh doing that prayer, that directional prayer. And we're going to see more and more wars end, I believe, this year, because not just because there's somebody in the office doing stuff like a bully he is, but
mhm,
because we collectively have had that mind. We want to end all wars. We want to end
mhm.
all. So when we can come together and do the directional prayers and pulse in order to reflect, things happen. We saw
Mhm.
that with the hurricane in Florida last year. 9 of us got together before that hurricane hit Florida, and we sent love into that hurricane. And they were, oh, it's going to be a category 5 or 4, and it was a 2. We sent it down to a 2. We said, that's the
Mhm.
power of collective energy, focusing on reflecting in order to pulsing
Yeah.
in order to reflect. So, sister, any final words before we go?
Honestly, that really was in letting everyone know who we are, why we're here, but who you are, why you're here. And when we pull all this together, oh, the greater things we'll be able to do as one, no
Yeah,
matter where you are in the country, as long as we are holding those frequencies together, as long as, if you're diving into synchronistic human school of enlightenment and take part in the telepathic remembrance group sessions, or just learning more about your whole mind, through the Hollow Mind Perceiver courses, we we are there to support each and every one of our evolution, and that is what we're here to do, you know, evolve into being all that you were created to be, more than what you could even ask or think. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're doing today, it's knowing your purpose and doing everything it takes to fulfill it. My health, they used to call me Chiron, right? Some still do call me Chiron, which is the wounded healer in the Greek mythology, right? Chiron, because since I was a toddler, barely walking, I was near death. I experienced a near death experience where I swallowed charcoal lighted fluid. And then from then on up, I've had at least 6 experiences of pretty much getting ready to get put 8 feet under, right? Or 6 feet under, some say. But I'm still here. And I'm still here for a reason. And now I know more than ever that reason is because of you, all of us. And so I just want to say thank you, yes, for being part of my journey. Thank you, Dr. V, for this invitation. You caught me at in a can't let this pass me by. At the same time, I'm just getting to a conference, a business trip, getting off the plane. How am I going to wake up and do this, But divine purpose, okay? We are here by divine design. And I can't thank you any more than just giving you big old squeezes, because I love to squeeze, right? I love hugging you guys. The passing of energy there, it can be life as long as you know who you're receiving and who you're giving to. So give thanks so much to you and us. Ashe, Ashe,
and
and
we've
Ashe.
got our sister in the house. I mean, she's like the pillars of this show. Washita Wellness Center, Tawita. She says solar tune on Fleek Reflections Eternal.
That
Those
sound
words,
like Mama T.
those words are so powerful.
Yes.
Just to read them is like ooh, sending healing vibrations.
She
And
puts the words out there.
I
They go
know.
deep in your soul.
And she said, yes, Lord, end all wars. I think we're all kind of breathing a sigh of relief that we're getting news that they're actually going to have a ceasefire, and that they are working on stopping the killing. That is just so amazing to me, and so refreshing, and so healing, just to know, okay, I can take a breath, that my brothers and sisters in Palestine, not and Gaza, are going to have a breath of fresh air, maybe. Yes, we are the
Yes.
rainbow bridge, she says. And court of the kin on this crystal plasma. Love it. Love
Yes.
it. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh, this is a big, big amen, that we can all meet together. We all stop what we're doing, take our time to bless all those listening, that there is a better way. There is a better
Hmm.
way. This is the better way, not the corporate Rockefeller or hospitals designed to
Oof.
take your life, but that coming together as sisters, as brothers. And she says Chiron. Okay, you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, Chiron, Sharon,
Yeah,
Chiron, however you choose to pronounce it. Yes, it means the wounded healer. And I
yeah.
walk wounded daily. I walk in pain daily, but when I take my sea moss like I'm supposed to, the inflammation removes, and then I'm able to walk and move freely and do all those dances like Tahita likes to show us how to do with the tones. And, I'm supposed to have surgery on the 28th on this rotator cuff. I had surgery on this side back in 2018, but now this side I have a full tear and some other issues that they're going to have to go in there and replace. But there are moments in a day in a plasma where I cannot lift my arm more than 45 degrees angle. So like now I'm coming up like this. This is about as far as I can get it up, right? To the side. That's it. And then going forward, this is as far as I can lift my arm up going forward. So they're going in there to repair that so I can have full use. But it's going to be Canaglow products that's going to help me heal, not hydrocodone, tramadol, naproxen, and all of that. Those chemicals are what deteriorates and continues to degenerate, our internal. So we want to make sure we combat it, whatever it is that we take on and into ourselves. We need to know how to reverse it and combat it, and that's what the focus is for melanated bloodlines restoration.
So, and then the other thing is arnica. I keep thinking arnica on that
Yeah, I
area.
use that in my salves.
Yes,
I use it in my salves and my scrubs for the external healing, because melanated bloodlines restoration focuses on internal and external healing agents with it, and everything is infused with the CMOS.
yes. So again, folks, we are here to share what's working for
Thank you.
us.
Mhm.
We sharing working for us, and we want you to take full advantage of this knowledge and use it for your own benefit and your family's benefit.
Your loved ones, all loved ones.
Because the drugs that are out there are killing, not healing. And Washington says, "Thank you for languages. All you thanking you in all languages, Dr. V, and sending energy always, Priestess.
Yes, I feel your love.
We feel that love. So we're gonna
Yes.
and have a wonderful time in Texas. Uh, just take in the heat. It should be. I guess it should be
I left
warm.
my hat. I left my hat, my cowgirl hat at home. I got
Oh,
my boots, y'all, but I left my hat.
oh well. Enjoy. Just imagine the hat then.
I will.
Thank us so much. And we're going to say goodbye to our global family and all of you here on air, everywhere. We give thanks for everyone present today. We're feeling
Yes.
the love that is so needed today because this is the way. This is the way. Walk ye in it, the spirit of love.
Mhm.
So say goodbye to our global family now.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiabonga. Senegal, jaref. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
And to all my yogi friends out there, namaste, sadnam. Mwah. Much love to you. And Habib, have a great time in Texas. Shalom. Everybody get out, get some sun. It's time to get some sun. Yes. Shalom.